Hello everyone, so welcome. This is basically something I've done in between my campaigns and I'd like to share with you. So you know how you can always tell which units, which stats are increased by XP. So for instance, you go into a custom menu like I have here, custom battle, and these Nurglings, they get increased by 10 leadership, 7 melee attack and 7 melee defense when at full XP. This also happens of course in campaign, but there's no source where you can check research or redline buffs that increase, and how they increase. You have to kind of play it through. There's no source that I could find that had that information, and that's where I may assist. So this is my spreadsheet. Many like it, but this one is mine. So it will be yours as well. Basically version 2.0, so it's updated for Immortal Empires. It took a lot of time. What I have here is all units from the game. Yes, it's all units from the game, with all the upgrades that they normally get from lords, research, and redline buffs as well. So how it is listed, let me take the peasant mobs for instance. They get 10 leadership from XP, they get plus 5 research from research, plus 5 leadership from research, sorry. And they also get plus 6 and then plus 5 of leadership from their redline buffs. Let me show you there, because I also have this. Yeah, they get leadership plus 6 for peasant mob, and then they get leadership plus 5 for peasant mob. So that's what I did. I just added all the values here so that you can always check the initial stats of a unit and the typical stats that you will have after full XP, full research, and all the typical lord buffs. Okay. And I wanted to do this just for myself, to check what would be the best compositions, or what kind of compositions I could try to make it work on the late game, for instance, so that I can have, a sort of idea. But I couldn't find this information, so I did it myself, like Thanos. I just didn't snap my fingers, it costed a lot. So, yep, all units are here, and it does have some limitations. Allow me to first show some specifics that I have. You notice that these are in purple. These are specific alternatives that there are in the game. For example, the scrap possibilities for green skins, like this unit of goblins. Typically it will get 32 up, but it can get 57 if you add the scrap upgrade with plus 25. I haven't checked whether or not the scrap possibilities are still the same. I predict not, so let me know if that changed. Okay, so that is just that. I wanted to add some alternatives here. Now, of course, everything is there: Ogre Kingdoms, Skaven, Slanesh, Tomb Kings, Zinj, everyone. But there's some specifics that I wish to note, specifically the Warriors of Chaos. Now, there's a small graphic here to assist in which lord can recruit exactly what to help out. And it wouldn't be possible for me to add all marked units, so I just have the basic unit there. And if it has that little symbol there, that that cogwheel that is over there, it means that it can adopt a mark. So you will always know what the mark would change, and well, basically that means that you have all the stats here. You will know that if it gets a mark of code, it will get reduced melee defense, so you won't have 28, but you have a frenzy passive ability and increased spell resistance. It's still magic resistance here, sorry, I couldn't bear to change all of that. It's basically the same. So it's not the same, I know it changed, but basically you know what I mean. It's spell resistance. Please read spell resistance, not magic. So there's an additional limitation here, which is the Demons of Chaos faction. So there's no way I could add all units and every single different outcome. So, because the possibilities are so many, it's the customizable faction, honestly. So what I've done here is actually add all the offerings, the units that are covered by those offerings, and then the Daniel buffs that he could get. Of course, he can recruit the later heralds and other lords that have different buffs. That's just part of the customization. There was no way I could do this for every single lord they have. The possibilities are endless, and it would be not only time consuming, but also it would defeat the purpose. I tried doing it, and there was no way that I could effectively do it so that anyone could understand what I was talking about. Okay, it would be more messy than the initial one. And there's an additional limitation that I have to say. So some disclaimers. Plenty of research and buffs are not exactly easy to understand who they are affecting. There's some tooltip errors. Some units are actually affected when it doesn't say that. So take it with a grain of salt. There's no way that I could verify all this information. I would need to play every single campaign and verify who is being, confirmed that it does what it says in the tooltip or that it doesn't. And there's also an issue with the missile strength. What is this issue? Let me go back to the game to show you. So basically you can see that while in the game, like if you have a skull cannon, for instance, a missile unit, it has its missile strength, all those values there, but when you get XP, the missile strength increased. But what actually increased is just the reload time. It is 9 as opposed to base 11 reload time. Every single other value is not increased, but I wanted this to be seen visibly, exactly how much of that missile strength is actually increased instead of just the reload, because you can always check that it is doing a little bit more damage every 10 seconds because the reload time increased as well. So basically that's what I did. In essence, whenever let's pick up the same idea, the skull cannon, you can see that I've added the value there, but it's not added here. It's just there for reference. Okay, so that's how much damage it would effectively be doing with the reload time. Okay, but what I wanted is the actual value of how much missile strength the missile fired by the skull cannon has. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. Let me get a different example with the dwarves, for instance. They do buff the weapon strength or the missile strength. For instance, the bolt thrower. It gets plus 12%, so that is added here. Not the 24, the 12%. See the idea? This is also not with a formula or anything, so I'll have to manually change, or you can, manually change the values whenever there are updates. Okay, there's no way I could add a formula properly. I think I could, but not predicting it possibly. So I think that's it. Oh, I've added a small, you see this color code. This is regarding the building tier, so it will tell you if you can recruit at a tier 1 settlement, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Okay, and that is about it. I hope this helps. For instance, I have an example of an army composition that I just wanted to mess around with. Of course, this is not updated because these are not chosen, but I just wanted to show you what it leads into. It leads into you having and testing out some units against units and some army compositions of your own. Okay, hope it helps, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.